Hi, I'm John Shribs here in Petaluma, California, and I'm going to be doing a little bike safety video for you for the purpose of trying to make you safer and less injured out there on the road when you get one out. Turns out the major markets for e-bikes is your seniors getting back on a bike after a long time, and it was, oh, okay, I can get back on this, I can get a little help, I can go further, go a little faster, at least get there and come back. And then the second market is the younger parents who are actually now using them as cargo bikes for going to the store, taking the kids. And e-bikes, because they are heavier and they're faster, tend to cause potential for more injuries because you are in a situation where cars don't see you as well. Or you're a heavier bike and you don't realize that it's falling over and you don't catch it in time. And so, and then if you fall over in a path of a car, that could be an issue. So today I want to go over a lot of the safety issues for those folks, the young parents who are buying cargo bikes, especially for electric cargo bikes, and also for the older adults who are either buying a regular cargo bike or just a regular mountain bike or anything like that. So for safety, this is what I want to show you, how to get started, how to prepare yourself, and then how to ride. So we're going to go through a couple sequences here. The very first thing you want to do is get ready and get prepared. Is the bike ready? Are you ready? One of the critical factors is visibility. You want to be seen on the road. So what we want to do is make you as colorful and as bright as possible and as vibrant as possible going down the road. So what I'm wearing, you see a nice black sweater, even like a light blue shirt. Is this really visible? Sort of, not good enough. Okay, so a little brighter blue, a little bit better. But better yet, you can wear, if it's a little chilly, I have my little, like a sweatshirt here, a nice bright yellow one. And so that gives you a little bit more color. So the brighter, the better. Multicolored, bright contrasting is good. You see all the bicycle riders out there in the fancy spandex, their colorful outfits. Yes, that is for visibility. Better yet, what I like to do, I was offered and given a vest. So you've got your safety vest like this. And that's what you see everyone wearing for safety, for OSHA standards, about anybody that's working near roads. And hey, if the workers on the roads are wearing this, hey, you should be wearing it too, just to be visible. So it's okay to be a little geeky out there. You see the little tags here, especially at night. These are reflective tapes, so if at nighttime, it's a little bit brighter. It's daytime, the yellow stands out, but at nighttime, it's actually going to be with lights, the stripes are going to stand out a little bit more. I also add a little bit because I'm on a bike, and way back when we had hey, your pants got messed up over in the gears. So they're also nice and bright yellow with striping on it for reflectivity. So you can just put those on down here. I put the black side on the inside, the color on the outside. And that way when my legs are moving, motion along with the color is a little, again, more visible. Okay, so now that I'm pretty set to go riding, another thing, check. Oh, I might go out for a half hour. If I get a flat tire, if I stop, I go to the store, gets a little warm. Oh, I get a little warm. Make sure you always have your water with you, just in case. So you just come down. This is just a standard bicycle one. Just take a drink, and you're good. Good to go. Again, for safety of the vehicle, a really nice big master lock of some sort. Everything that you can tie this down to anywhere. So if you stop at a store, you can get something. So I've had this a long time, works really well. Okay, and I store this, being a cargo bike, that's one of the really, really nice things about cargo bikes, is I've got a little pouch here on the side. I got stuff in the middle. I even have an extra cable in case I don't have a little distance I've got to go to a pole. I got the cable in here as well. And I can just stick it right in here, down here like that, and it comes down, latches. So a little pen here, and then I can also put other stuff. I can put a laptop in here. I can put other things in that part. Also, oh, what am I going to do with this cargo bike now? Okay, if you come back here, I have a trailer hitch. I actually have designed several trailers to hitch onto this, so I can actually go kayaking with my bike. So a back basket, and you can pile this up and do things with it with the various strapping I just keep on here constantly, as well as a front rack that we have here. So lots of cargo can go on, extra water bottle, and then for extra safety, even So I've got a little light system here. So I can put this on and I get some extra lights. So at nighttime, and I go down the street and people go, "Yeah, I love your lights," going down the street, because they could have a little bit of brightness coming in. Again, for visibility. Okay, so now we have the setup. Now, when you buy it at the store and maybe have someone set it up for you, they'll ask you, what do you want on the handlebars? So they can put some add-ons in there. Okay, so the basics, this is a class 2 bike with a throttle. So I can pedal assist or I can do throttle on it. It's a maximum of 20 miles per hour. So here's a little throttle that comes in. So when you push this button down, you get to go a little bit more. You've got your startup. So I can start up down here. So if I put this on at the bottom down in here, this is the battery is now on here and doesn't turn off by pushing it again. But just in case you accidentally do it, it's set up that way. But this button up here that you press it for a couple seconds and then the screen becomes live. So now we're in operating mode. Okay, so right now I'm at the lowest assist, which is 1. That's a pedal assist, step 1. I have a nice full battery. That's another thing we'll go over a little bit later. Make sure that you're always charged up, so you check that out. And I've got over 1,000 miles so far on this bike over the last couple of years. Okay, so you've got your brakes, everything, and make sure they're operating, because as you press it in, so they don't come all the way to the handlebars, they come halfway. And on this cargo bike, because they are heavier, you definitely want to have hydraulic brakes. Hydraulic disc brakes is the key on these things. That'll make you help stop faster, especially when you're going downhill, because these bikes are much heavier than the standard normal bikes, because the battery's almost 10 pounds, the motor's 10 pounds, and if you have extra hunkier cargo material on it. So this bike weighs 90 pounds. A road bike weighs about 20-25 pounds. So you're 5 times heavier than a regular road bike. So that's a huge difference, and you have to be aware of that when you're riding. Okay, back to the handlebar. Okay, so this is the basic unit. I have in here your bell, and you want to have that easy access so you can let folks know that you're passing them. Always be able to do that. And then I've got my shift lever over here to go back and forth. This is only a one change in the very back. The front does not change, only the back changes down in here, as you can see. And so that's all you need on these bikes. Well, because of the extra help that you're getting from the motor, you only need 5 to at the most 7 gears for just about anything, unless you're very professional going on mountain bikes, or if you're a road racer and wanting to keep up. You don't need any more than 5 to 7 gears total. That's more than enough when you get a little help from the battery. Now, other things you can put on. A lot of folks like to put their phone and have an attachment put up here as an extra. So you put your phone up here, and then there's a little brace you can put on and stick it in there. And now look at all the stuff you now have all on your handlebar. Okay, so now here's the other thing I added in, because I ride at night. The light, this bike does have light front and back. So I turn this light on, and it's going to be a little bit, it gives me a little bit brighter. And I can turn it off. Okay, is that off? Yes, it is. Okay, so now, so at nighttime, I can turn this on for just a little extra wider view, a little bit higher than what's the light down below. There's a light down below, because most of the e-bikes now, especially cargo e-bikes, are coming with lights in front, and they even have a reflector in the back there, and they get fancier too. There's even now some with turn signals on it. But now I have all this stuff up here, and that's really good and comfortable. I can use the GPS on my phone, but the caution is all this stuff up here can be a little distraction, and if you start hitting stuff. I did have one accident. I fell down once, and my thumb went and hit. At that time, the phone was there. I hit the phone as I was falling down, and now I have a $30,000 surgery on my thumb to get it back right again. So I like to keep this as minimum as possible, but if you want your GPS, if you're doing a lot of traveling and want to track your roads and where you're going, you can have that on your phone up here. That's your option. But just be aware, there's a lot of gear, and so when you're going up and down hills and hitting cracks and things, be prepared. Always start on PAS 1 or even 0. and then don't go up until you start riding. That's one another critical factor is you don't want to start too high. Start low and work your way up as you start riding and are comfortable in the riding. Okay, the next step, okay, is the bike ready? We checked the battery, didn't we? So the battery was checked, it was full. Oh, it's full down here. You see all 4 lights. So that's good. And we see that the battery is full up here. Just turns out cargo bikes, many times being heavier, you want a little safety, especially if you do riding longer distances. So I actually have 2 batteries, one in the front and a second one that I added in the back area here. So I can get up to 80, they say up to 90 miles if I'm just using one. But if you go higher, if you do more riding and further or carry cargo, which puts a lot more stress on the bike, then you want to have a little extra energy. So that's going to be important on your decision on which cargo bike you're going to use, how far you're going to go between charges and how much weight you're carrying. I do a lot of weight in the back because I do volunteer work. I have, I said my trailer's here. I have another trailer that comes down here and holds back there, come in. So I haul tools, water, soil, gravel, and I help trail maintenance. That's one of the other reasons I like this bike. I can get onto the trails with all my gear, shovels and everything, pack it all in a trailer, go on out and come on back. But that's weight and it takes more energy. So I have my second battery just as a backup so that I'm not pushing a 100-pound bike and another 200 pounds trailer without a little extra help. You need that extra help always on that. Okay, so next step on this. Oh, the tires. Gee, inflated tire, what pressure should you be at? Good question. Road bike, I was up to 100 pounds PSI. Some of them go 120. That's a little bit much. Tires now here are gotten fatter and fatter. The fatter the tire, the more cushion you're going to get. And the lower the pressure, the more cushion you're going to get. So how much comfort do you have versus how much grip you have? So there's a balance and there's a range you can have with these bikes. So mountain bikes are sometimes made harder or softer based on the terrain. Same thing with these cargo bikes. How much weight are you carrying? And then how much comfort do you want as you're riding? Because there's no springs on this bike. So many times there are springs on some of the mountain bikes, but on cargo bikes, generally not so much of the shock absorption, everything. So tires, fatter tires, these are 2.5, almost 3-inch tires back here. And so a maximum of pressure of only 30 pounds PSI, even down to 25 PSI. So I actually measure it once in a while. And when you do that, it turns out my tire gauge, I just checked this beforehand. And so I come out here, okay. I've got a pencil for writing in case I need to write anything down, but I've got a little gauge here to check because the gauges on what you're pumping up, the small or large, sometimes they're not very accurate. So always have your little gauge. You just keep it in your bag if you want, but come down here and you can check it. And you put it down here like so, it's in, and then you come in and just set it up. Make sure that it's stable, come off, and then you can check it right there. And right now I'm at 33 pounds PSI. I put it up just a little bit higher, and so, but it'll drop down to maybe 25 over the next couple months. I may be hauling stuff soon, and so since I'm going to be hauling lots of weight, I want the pressure up a little bit higher. Okay, so the tires are ready, the gears are ready. We're down, and what gear am I in? Okay, I'm in gear 5. Here, anyway, okay, that's a good start. I'm not in 7 because sometimes I'm riding and end up at 7, and that's hard to get started when you're in gear 7. So make sure you're starting in the right gear. The seat height has been set, which is just adjustable. So this is now comfortable for me, but always make sure that you're comfortable. That's what's great about cargo bikes: comfortable seats, comfortable handlebars, so that when you're upright. I love to be upright when I'm riding rather than down looking down the road. I'm upright and I'm looking ahead. So when I can see ahead, that means I can see the hazards, the doors, the cars and things, and also I'm more visible rather than being down like this. On the seat adjustment, there's a little latch usually. This comes undone, the seat comes up and down. I have it set for me down here. And the critical part is it straight? Okay, wasn't straight. Okay, I'm making that straight. And so nice and tight and not coming up or down. Okay, so now that the seat is stable at the right height, and when riding, we want, as you're riding forth and you're moving your legs up and down, if your legs are coming up this high, that's the seat's way too low. And if your leg is stretched out all the way and touching down here, the leg is way, the pedals are way too high. So you want to be comfortable. You want to be able to get right about equal level where the knees come up and the leg is straight here, level, and then coming down, and then you press it down so you still have just a tiny little bit of room down here, so you're not totally extended down. So that'd be the most comfortable. So get the right seat height and working. The other part of that is what I also like about cargo bikes is the step through. For an older person like myself, or if you're a mother or a dad with young kids and you have a whole lot of weight back here, you have little kids, so that's an extra 100 pounds sitting back here, it can be pretty wobbly. And so I like the step through so that I'm not having to try to put my leg way over here like that or anything like that. So step through like this, and then I'm stable. I got both feet on the ground, and then I can go ahead and start working and doing things. So, and you see I'm off the seat. Now when I'm on the seat, I can still touch with my foot. So make sure that that's the other part of the seat height. Make sure that you can touch the ground while you're sitting on the seat. So I think we're about ready to get on. The tires have been checked. We've checked the brakes. Everything is looking pretty good. The seat is the right height. I got energy in the batteries. Let's go for a ride.